Hi, I'm Gina Greenlee of ginagreenlee.com. Then this is Inspiration Daily for October 9th, 2021. For those of you who are just joining me, uh, I've been inspired to do an Inspiration Daily video for several months now, and I finally decided to kick it off on April 5th. So this is for April 9th. What inspires me? Death inspires me. A friend of mine came over to help me pack up some books. Well, to move. This was about 20 years ago. And while she was packing up my books, I had an extensive personal library, literally tens of thousands of books. I'm a voracious reader. And she noticed that there were a lot of books about death. And it kind of freaked her out. Why do you have all these books on death? Why do you have all these books on death? And I said, well, because they inspire me. And anyway, she likes to tell that story, and even 20 years later, she still doesn't understand uh, where I was coming from because she's dealing with her own issues on death. I made my peace with my own mortality when I was 35 years old. I'm now 60, and so let me tell you what inspires me about death. My father died in 2004, and when I cleaned out my father's apartment, and I made some notes here, so I'm going to be referring to them. But when I cleaned out my father's apartment, I noticed hundreds of books with similar how-to titles, such as learn how to fill in the blank, play piano, speak French, or speak another language, master the computer. These are actual books. Okay, that my father had. Draw figures, how to write a book. I'm my father's daughter, right? Tens of thousands of books that I have donated over a period of 10 years now. And so now I have a normal person's library. My father's personal library was 6,000 strong. So as his only child, I had a lot of work to do managing all aspects of his estate, among them the physical parts. So, so when I cleaned out my father's apartment, I saw all these how-to books: how to speak languages, play piano, master the computer, write a book. My father, who I loved, never played the piano that collected dust in his living room. My father never learned how to use the computers he purchased in the later years of his life. He didn't draw. He didn't speak a language other than English, and he never wrote a book. While my father was living, I was aware that he yearned for a more creative life, but his fears kept him from it. In rare, unguarded moments, his sadness of dreams unrealized would surface. It's very painful. It's very painful for me to watch that. With all due respect to the man I love with all my heart, I'm not going out like that. Tomorrow is promised to no one. My father always used to tell me when I was a very young age, and I agree. In addition to my father's death in 2004, I lost a friend and former coworker to cancer. Um, at 60, yeah, I'm at an age where you start losing people. But truthfully, I in my 20s, I work with people. See you Monday, Friday, boom, Sunday night gets killed by a drunk driver. Never, don't see people again. So, what inspires me about death is that it boundaries us. It reminds me of what's important. Um, I'm not going to live forever, and I don't know when my last day in this physical form is. My psychotherapist from years ago, I'm not in therapy anymore, told me that people have this fantasy that they're going to live a nice long life, and then when they die, it's going to be a movie scene, and everybody's going to be standing around their bed wishing them farewell. She says a lot of people don't live the very long lives. So I'm inspired by the fact that I don't. that this could be my last day on earth. And so, time to bust a move. Thanks for joining me.